got one more while I'm thinking about it. People who think that we're slaves to modern society, right? Or that poster, it says, you think you're really free in this society. We're slaves to the modern world. We drive, in gridlock traffic, and we have to pay bills, we have to pay taxes, and so you're just a slave. Yeah, okay. It kind of goes back to my other video about taxation is theft, right? It's like, that's like saying, okay, I see your point of view, but it's my choice. Many people get to the point where they will, they live that lifestyle, but it's a choice. Everything in life is a choice. If this is slavery, right? If I'm driving around in my car and I have a nice house and I like what I do in my job, as stressful as it is, and you consider that slavery, okay, I'll take that kind of slavery every day of the week, right? Compared to what? Compared to what other kind of slavery, compared to trying to eke out a living, living in the woods. You ever watch that show, was it Bush People or Alaskan Bush People or something like that? Okay, who's the slave? I'm a slave to my I don't work 9 to 5, like 7 to 7 job, right? Some days. But, I do enjoy the fruits of my labor. But I don't worry about where my next meal is coming from. I don't worry about, is it going to be too cold to where I can't sleep? Am I going to freeze to death? I don't worry about my trap line is empty, so I'm going to go hungry for the rest of the season, right? I don't worry about things like that. Yeah, I worry about things that are unnecessary, and who doesn't? But it's a choice, regardless of what you think or where you are in life or where you live in society, if you take the perspective, and I guess that's my point, if you take the perspective that you're a slave because, you work in modern society and you're caught in the rat race, that's your choice. That's, you don't have to live that even with modern conveniences. It's a choice. If you want this is what you have to do to get there. To call it slavery, it's kind of pessimistic, and you're choosing pessimism. You're choosing to look at something from a negative perspective. I look at it as a positive perspective. It's like, hey, I get to enjoy things that I work for. I like working for to earn the income that I earn to be able to afford the things that I have to buy, right? So if you put me in a setting where I didn't have the job that I have, that everybody was a farmer, I would work extra hard to be able to not have to suffer or not have to worry about do I have enough crops for the winter. So either way, if you take the perspective of you're a slave because you're part of the rat race, well, you're a slave everywhere because you have to work to prepare for the future. So I don't understand. I don't understand where people want you to, what people want you to do with the, again, the drive-by philosophy. You're a slave to society. Okay. Now you want me to do what with it? Do you want me to move out in the woods? What's your point? What is your goal of telling me that I'm a slave to modern society. I guess that's where I'm trying to understand. So I don't know if there's a good answer, but if anybody has an answer to, you know, if you are of that mindset that, man, you know, you sure are stupid for being a slave to modern society, tell me what I should be doing. You know, tell me what you would do. Tell me what how I get out of this slavery, you know, because I'm kind of enjoying my enslavement personally. I kind of like you know, going into my kitchen and getting a beer out of my slave quarters and watching my big screen slave TV and you know, driving my big gas guzzling slave vehicle. So tell me what I'm doing wrong, because I don't know. It's gonna be hard to give up, you know. Guess I'm like a drug addict, right? So that's all I got for that one. Catch you guys later.